could absolutely flip those positions, moving them up into second place. What an interesting group we have here in Group A. Finally poised as we really are racing towards the business end of the season in the EuroLeague women's regular season. Zaragoza, relatively slow and shaky start to the season, losing 2 of their first 3, but they really haven't looked back from that moment, entering tonight's game on a 5-game winning streak. That said, hasn't been completely plain sailing. They were pushed all the way last week against Sepsi, eventually winning by a single point. As for DVTK, well, they are the surprise package this season. They didn't automatically qualify. They were pushed hard by London Lions in those qualifiers. However, they've looked near flawless this season since then. Their only loss coming at the hands of the reigning champions, Fenerbahce. They are on track to make club history if they secure their first ever appearance at the EuroLeague Women Final Fours. Both our teams this evening, it is all about defense. We have the best and second best defenses on show here today. Zaragoza, the best defense, conceding less than 59 points a game. DVTK conceding 61. So expect the game to be a real defensive tussle between these two teams. On the flip side of that, both these teams at times have struggled offensively, neither of them averaging over 70 points a game. And that could be a problem if either of them get caught up and struggle on the offensive end here this evening. Zaragoza being introduced here in the arena, and they really are a team, as is DVTK, but if you're going to pick out players, then Tanea Atkinson seems to be doing a little bit of everything for Zaragoza, but the one to watch, Leonie Fibic, pulling up trees, I think is the easiest way to put it. Absolutely has put herself right in the middle of the MVP discussion this season. However, I think Zaragoza are very aware that if they want to be title contenders, they really do need to find something on the offensive end to really up that output this season. And the team now being introduced to the crowd here in Zaragoza. It's a wonderful arena, a wonderful city. You ever get the chance, it's definitely worth taking in a ball game here. A real star-studded roster for Coach Quintero to work with. As the team introductions are completed, and we are now a little over 5 minutes away from our opening tip-off here. As I say, second versus third, a chance to finish game day 9 in second place on the line as the coaches shake hands on the halfway line, as do both teams as well. Both teams now will look to lock in, get themselves ready for the start of the game, and the start could be really important if either of these teams can get some points on the board early and then focus defensively. That could be the maker or breaker of this one. Here are our officials for this evening: Özlem Yalman, Sonia Teixeira and Amel Dalla from Turkey, Portugal and France respectively. A wonderful officiating crew. They're ready to go, as are we in the commentary. Hopefully you guys at home are ready to go as well. One thing you do need to do, though, is have a quick look here at the starting 5 for DVTK. We have Charles, Aho, Lalit Garbin and Tadic as the 5 that will take to the floor to get things underway. Expect Coach Völgi to go down into his roster, though. Absolutely happy to run some of the players off the bench. Just a 10-player roster here this evening for DVTK. As with many teams, a few injuries to deal with, but what a season they have had. As I said, coming through the qualifiers, winning on aggregate against London Lions and then really launching themselves into the season. Unbelievably, they started with a 6-game winning streak before losing to Fenerbahce. Here's the 5 though for Zaragoza. It's Ortiz, Pivic, Gulbi, Fibic and the Alo. A good mix of youth and experience in that starting 5 for coach Quintero. And an interesting swing for Zaragoza. As the season has progressed, they've really found their form and come together, put in some big performances in recent weeks under coach Quintero as he looks on. Interesting to see how he runs his rotations as well. Plenty of international talent coming off the bench for him as well. The likes of Holoshinska had a big Eurobasket women's tournament in the summer for Czechia. But both teams now heading to their benches, waiting to lock in as they prepare for the game today. And this is a difficult one to call for sure. Likely to be a defensive masterclass here. That said, the difference, weirdly, potentially would come on the offensive end if either of these teams can keep the scoreboard ticking over consistently. That will put them in the driving seat of this defensively focused game. Previous meeting between these two, DVTK just about walked away with the win, a 3-point win, but that was back on their home floor in Hungary. And knowing the crowd as we do here in Zaragoza, will the home court advantage pay off? Will the Spanish team be able to switch that result and potentially win by more than 4, which remember would give them the head-to-head advantage, which potentially could be a huge advantage come the end of the season. Moments away now from the opening tip-off here in the arena, under a minute to go, and just a chance for you guys to find your phones and download the official EuroLeague Women app, available on Android and iOS. Completely free of charge and the perfect companion as the season progresses, so make sure you get that one downloaded. What an atmosphere here in Zaragoza. Lights down, mobile phones out. Starting 5s taking to the floor for both teams. Remember, plenty of games going on across Europe this evening. We'll try and keep you up to date with these 7 games that are taking place, several already in full flow. Just one tipping off later than us here. That one's in Bologna. And we're underway here in Zaragoza. It will be a home team ball on the sideline. And the first basket is good, and no real surprise for Zaragoza that it's Fibic with the score. That gets the crowd into the game early for the Spanish team. Aho. Little crossover, uses the pick and roll, pulls up for the short, well, mid-range too, and is short. Pick and roll no good. That one easily read by Tadic. Tadic picks up the dribble, has to pass it away, does so to Aho. DVTK spacing the floor well. Oh, it opens up for Aho, but she misses the layup. Pivic brings it back up the floor. It's a poor pass again from Zaragoza. Can't afford too many mistakes like that. DVTK come back the other way. This time Garbin unable to get the transition bucket. Ortiz. Gulbe. And one goes inside to Diallo. She's going to bully away to the basket. Short corner two for Gulbe is short on the jumper. We expected this one to be a defensive battle. The first 2 minutes have certainly suggested we were right. Another steal. 2-on-1 break out of the races. And the score nice and easy for Pivic. Tadic, free throw line jumper is short, and DVTK struggling to get anything going at the moment. Averaging just short of 70 points a game, so it's not that they can't play offense, it's just not really their focus. Diallo putting it on the floor and getting the rewards. Zaragoza out to an early 6-point lead. Oh, is it another steal? No, it's not. Aho will hold on to it. Garbin now hands it off to Charles, one of the key players for DVTK, averaging over 11 points a game. Lovely use of the pivot. Kyla Giles just cool, calm and collected with that finish. Ortiz back at the top. Back into Diallo. Could be an interesting battle in the paint here between Diallo and Tadic. Two physical bigs going toe-to-toe. Diallo 193. Tadic 5 centimeters taller. Two of the more dominant bigs in the competition this year. Both of them happy to play physical basketball. Could be into a 90s style battle between those two. Charles now hands it away to Aho. Patience here from DVTK, but their offense isn't quite smooth yet. Aho hands it to Tadic, but that will be a shot clock violation. DVTK a little bit of sleep here early on. And they really have been the surprise package, DVTK. Not sure anyone really expected them to play as well as they have so far this season, put themselves front and center for a postseason playoff spot. Lovely little swing through from Pivic. Gonna draw the foul, can't get the score. They'll have to earn a point from the free throw line. I think Lalik gonna get called for that one. Yeah, that's great offense, just ducking in to draw that extra piece of contact. Pivic at the line for free throws, 80% from the free throw line this season. Had her best game last week. 11 points against Sepsi. Also important to realise for Pivic, just her 3rd game of the season in EuroLeague Women's. Second is no good. Easy rebound for the Australian Garbin. Lalic back out to Garbin. Wing three is good. Darcy Garbin shooting 35% from outside. Really has found a hot hand this season. Averaging double digits, Garbin. 5-inch. Oh, that is just easy. That is old school, fundamental basketball. 5-inch making it look so easy. Tadic now feeds the low post. Drop step. Skip pass. Aho for three. That's short. Diallo with the rebound, and Zaragoza swamped forward. Fibic again to that left hand. Not this time. Defense holds out. Aho hands it away to Tadic. Garbin, another three ball. That one was short. You could see she lacked confidence the moment it left her hand. Horn set up at the top. Tadic again. The big battle. Shot clock running down. Charles with the three, and just like that, DVTK straight back into the game. Charles up to 5 points. DVTK within one of Zaragoza. Ortiz. Oh, and it doesn't get simpler than that. Mariano Ortiz, more a creator than a scorer, but if you're going to give her that space, that is pretty easy pickings. Garbin going inside this time, takes her personal tally to 5. And now the game is starting to settle into a rhythm. A little bit scrappy early on, particularly from our visitors, but they've now found a little bit of a rhythm, and we're seeing this game kind of take its form. We expect it to be a close one. Ortiz, skip pass. Pivic inside will draw the foul off Aho. Pivic back to the line, a second trip already. Split her first trip, 1 from 2. Pivic at the line. Hits the first, that's good. DVTK making the double change as Jovanovic and Grigluskita come into the game. Tadic and Lalic go out. 2 from 2 from the line this time for Pivic. Zaragoza's lead up to 3. Jovanovic at the top, hands it away. Smooth move, but the defense holds strong. Baseline drive, Pivic. Well read by Aho. 2.2 seconds on the shot clock for Zaragoza to work with. Olashinska comes into the game. You see the replay. Pivic goes to the bench. Shot no good as the shot clock was expiring. Zaragoza still with a 3-point lead though. Jovanovic, too heavy. Easy rebound for Ortiz. Olashinska being roughed up off the ball. Substitutions called here for DVTK as Charles will head to the bench. Into the game comes Tenya. Early rotations from both coaches, running through their rosters, getting early minutes to players and making sure they keep fresh legs. Ortiz, spin moves to the basket. Zaragoza's lead out to 5, under 2 minutes left in this first quarter. Ortiz averaging under 7 points a game, already has 4 in this first quarter. Aho, door closed on her, it's a poor pass, and Olajinska will bring it up the other way. Fibic working hard, but the double team is enough to force the turnover. Trying to lock down low. You love the help coming across from Tenya. Ortiz heads to the bench. Into the game comes Lacozana. 23-year-old's first taste of the action today. Igluskita hands it away to Tenya. Patient, shot clock down to 4 though. Tough looking right hand shot eventually goes up from Lalique. I'd like to see what the officials say. It will remain DVTK ball. Coach Quintero not contesting that one. Drive to the basket, step back jumper is good. Rebecca Lalique providing a bit more leadership once the rotations have happened, and a little bit more of a second string 5 on the floor. Still plenty of talent, an unbelievable amount of experience as well. Oh, lovely weighted pass inside. Fibic with the pass, the finish not quite there though for Geldof. And Eurobasket women gold medal winning Serena Lynn Geldof, part of that history-making Belgian team in the summer. Pivic comes back into the game. First is good. Coach Quintero scribbles his notes for the end of the first quarter. Just 33.7 seconds left in what has been a blistering first 10 minutes of action. 2 from 2 from the line from Geldof. As Charles is back in for DVTK. As Aho will go to the bench to sit down. Screen set as Lalique looks for space. Igluskita hands it back to Lalique. Off target, rebound falls long to Geldof. And Zaragoza will look to take the final possession of this first quarter. Kazana, oh, step back 3 ball, make it rain, she doesn't. DVTK will regain possession, but only 0.4 seconds left in the quarter. Really no chance, surely, to get a shot away. There won't be, and that will be the end of the first quarter here in Zaragoza. As expected, a relatively low-scoring game so far. And the home team will certainly be the happiest of the two. With 10 minutes in the book, it's Zaragoza 17, DVTK 12. Here are some of the stats from that first quarter of action. Zaragoza getting to the free throw line several times and doing well. A big part of why they have a 5-point lead. Give you some updates from around Europe. Praha are leading against Polkovica by 11 at the end of 3. At the half, it's all tied between Lond and Chukarova, 29 apiece. Just about to start the second quarter. It's Lublin 19, Valencia 24. And then in Italy, with a few seconds left in the first quarter, Schio leads Sepsi by 8, 24-16. And Villeneuve d'Ascq trail by 5 against Avenida as they have just started the second quarter. And our second quarter here in Zaragoza gets underway as well. 10 minutes down, 30 to play. The home team hold a nice 5-point lead after a productive first 10 minutes. Jovanovic, the 34-year-old Montenegrin, just getting the job done. One of the most recognizable and iconic faces of women's basketball in Europe. Free ball is good. That's some confidence from outside. Real confidence from outside. Jimeno, first points of the game. Only shooting 17% from downtown this season, but stepped in as if she was a 40% shooter. Gotta love that attitude. And that will be DVTK ball. Oleszinska saying, I didn't know who it had come off. I was having a gamble. It was off their hands. It wasn't. And the visitors will take possession on the baseline. Catch and shoot for Charles, no good. And Geldof just extends those arms, uses the wingspan to pull down the rebound. Geldof hands it away to Oleszinska. She explodes to the basket. Kazana, not this time. Long rebound. Where's it go? Aho. Foul will be called. Pivic called for that one. It's a smart foul, really. DVTK were about to explode into transition, and it certainly slowed that one down. Jovanovic back to the bench. In comes Garbin. Aho will drive the baseline. Catch and shoot in the paint. That's an awkward distance for Grigoluskita. Oh, that's a huge pass if it's on target. Tough one to claim, though. Garbin open again. Oh, and the money's in the bank again. Another 3 for Darcy Garbin. Australian had a big game against Fenerbahce a couple of weeks ago, had 11 in that one. 3 ball goes up again from Jimeno. Doesn't get the roll. It looked like she was going to get the unlikely roll that time. Foul's going to be blown against Zaragoza, I think. Charles brings it back out, hands it away, Grigoluskita. 3 ball is up and it's good! A chance of a 4-point play and a chance for DVTK to take the lead. What a play by Reka Lalic. Have to love that. Look at the focus, stays locked in on the shot. Draws the foul. Coach Volgi will be happy with his point guard in that play, and DVTK take the lead. Their first lead of the game. Oleszinska, door closed on her. Great defense here by the Hungarian team. Little drop step for Geldof, stepped maybe a little bit too far, and Lalic Bring some urgency to the game. Surely a travel, a hop, skip and a jump. Just a bit of indecisive play creeping into Lalik's play there. Tadic back into the action. Changes all round as Pivic will head to the bench as well for Zaragoza. A 9-3 start to this second quarter for the visitors. Fazana hands it back to Holoshinska. Charles shuts the door on her though. Baseline drive, Lacazana tied up. Travelling violation. Called on the Spanish guard. And right now, Zaragoza struggling to find something to get going on the defensive end. DVTK's defense has just gone up several gears in this quarter, and that is where the problems are coming from. We talked about it in the pre-game. Either of these teams stutter or stall offensively. Can they get it started again? DVTK scored just 12 points in that first quarter. They've scored 9 in the first 3 minutes of this second. Often with good defensive teams, it's that good defense that can spark their offense. Holoshinska for 3. Little heavy, where's the rebound? Eventually it's batted back to Lalik. Her 4th rebound of the game. Offensive foul will be called on her though as she just pushes away on Holoshinska. Steps in, just a drop of the shoulder. Either the illegal screen, yeah, it's Tadic called for the moving screen. Fibic back into the game, and she is Zaragoza's leading scorer, but a timeout's been called here in the arena. DVTK with a 1-point lead. With a little over 6 minutes still to play here in the second quarter.
Nagyon fontos, a 5 side megvan.
Very important if we have 5 side.
It's okay, jön. 4-esünk ide bejön. Nézzük
4
meg.
is done.
It's okay.
Just look at the 4, okay, on 5 side.
Pick and roll, yeah.
Not you go out to the corner.
Okay.
Okay, play with a good spacing.
Okay. Hey, figyelj ide. Szélesen játszunk, ez a legfontosabb.
Play wide, is
Jó,
very important.
védekeztek,
Play
bassza meg.
wider.
Jöttök.
You play
Melyik?
very good
A
defense.
sörbe. Az első pick ne itt legyen. Várd meg.
On a shirt, wait a little bit and set wider the screen, okay?
Oldalfordítás, figyelj! Nézzük, nézzük, nézzük! Hey, come on! Let's go!
Coach Vulgi, I think, pretty keen to try and capitalise on the comeback that they've created here in this quarter. Holoshinska on the wing. Down into the block to Ortiz. Ortiz had a good start to the game. Oh, lovely use of the pivot. Creating the space. Aho buying the fake. Ortiz up to 6 points now. Charles using the Garbin screen. Garbin goes straight at the hole. No good this time. Rebound though by Tadic. And a jump ball has been called. It looked like Tadic ripped that one clear. Maybe the officials blew it a little earlier. Possession arrow points in favour of the home team. And it's batted to Tadic. As Ortiz is falling to the ground. DVTK steal it back though. And a score. EuroLeague again causing a lot of the problems here in this second quarter. Olashinska looking for options, nothing there, so it goes down into the low post to Jimeno. Double team is all over her. Ortiz eventually finds possession. Fibic short. Rebound falling out of bounds. Jimeno hustles, but is already out of bounds. Needs to be careful. She'll get a technical foul. She has got a technical foul. That is not smart play by Vega Jimeno. She needs to be doubly careful now. She certainly doesn't need a second. She's going to come out of the game. That's a smart play by Coach Cantero. I understand slightly the frustration she's feeling there. Certainly physical defense with a lot of reaching in. In fact, she's been thrown out of the game. That is the last we're going to see of Jimeno, is it? Or is it just the first technical foul? I think it's just one. She thinks she's got two. Slight confusion. Yep, she's back on the bench. Just one technical foul. DVTK make the most of that technical free throw as well as EuroLeague hits one from one. It was a bench technical, I think was the next one. Maybe because she'd been subbed out, it's classed as a bench technical. It would have been two, but it wasn't. It's credited to the bench, so I think she might have got away with one a little bit there, Jimeno. If anything, that's good coaching by Coach Cantero, because he diffused the situation knowing that maybe she wasn't going to let go of it, and if she didn't, it would be on the bench, not on her personally. That's off the foot of Tadic though, and it's now for Zaragoza to kind of regain composure here. It's time for them to just reset and get back into their rhythm. They've only scored 5 points in this quarter so far, having been outscored by 8. As Coach Vulgi looks on, he'll certainly be happier with his team's second quarter performance than their first. Olashinska now. Strong move to the basket, no good. Into the corner, three ball goes up. Rattles away, and Charles has got the basketball god shining down on her. And DVTK have a game-high 6-point lead here. The crowd unhappy. Timeout has been called by Coach Cantero. Needs to settle down some of the emotions. Here's the three from Charles. Clips the iron. Perspex as well, but points are points as the visitors hold a 6-point lead right now.
Basically, they are making is because of the details of a bad balance, but this balance is normal because finally we have one player here going, and finally I prefer the side of Charles than Lely. It's not bad, okay? Vale? We need to be more aggressive in offense. In the screens, duckings, okay? In the pick and roll situations, put the screen, attack a little bit aggressive, good roll inside, good follow, more movement, okay? Vale?
Let's go! 1, 2, 3, equipo!
Important phase of play here for both of these teams now. A chance for either to try and stamp their control on this game. As it stands, our visitors, DVTK, second-placed DVTK, are in the driver's seat against third-placed Zaragoza. But a big 4 minutes of basketball still on the clock here in the first half. Gulbe going against Jovanovic, spin move inside, left hand, no good. Where's the rebound? It's Charles for DVTK pulling that one down, her second board of the game. Double screen being used to try and create some separation and some space. Shot clock at 5, Charles with the jumper, it's flat. Ortiz with the rebound. Her 5th rebound of the game. Iverson cut from Holoshinska. Lovely pass inside, great worked offense. It hasn't paid off this time. Hermosa not quite able to finish what was a wonderfully slick team offense. Charles, mid-range 2 is off target again. Charles just 3 from 8 from the field now for her 8 points. Holoshinska seeing extended minutes here today. And the drive inside. Try and find a way through, dips the shoulder a little. Good offensive rebound, and the points are there. Fibic for the points, and how many times this season has it been Leone Fibic leading the charge? The 23-year-old German really has stepped up in a big way this season. Tadic now going against Hermosa. Good defense. Ortiz. Holoshinska for 3! She makes it rain from the wing. And Zaragoza are back within 1. And the crowd are certainly back. Fibic, little running right hand is short. Rebound eventually by Tadic, though. It's knocked away. Gulbe. Chance for Zaragoza to regain the lead. Foul is called on Aho. It's on the floor. As the tables have turned since that timeout, Zaragoza really have come out all guns blazing here since that little quick chat with Coach Quintero. Holoshinska will head to the bench as a timeout's been called by Coach Volgi. He's seen his team's 6-point lead reduced all the way down to 1. He needs to talk it over with his team. It's Coach Volgi and DVTK's turn to find a solution. Zaragoza really have reacted well to Coach Quintero's timeout. Will the Hungarian team react in a similar manner to their timeout? It's Zaragoza ball. Hermosa comes back to Lacazana. Fibic for 3. Oh, what a way to take the lead. Zaragoza now with a 2-point lead. Fibic nails the 3, takes her personal tally to 9. Dvigalovskita hands it away to Tenya. That's off the foot, so we'll get a reset to 14. Charles straight back into the game. A very brief rest for Kyla Charles. Tenya, quick first step, wrap around pass. It's on the floor, it's anybody's. It's Charles's eventually. A little flat in the back of the iron, spits that one away. Final 40 seconds of this first half now. Gulbe. Blast past the defense, draws the foul, and there's the flex from Gulbe. That's pure speed and power. Jovanovic looking like she's picked up an injury on that play. Just catching, I think, a knock to the face. Look at the flex from Gulbe, though. You have to love that from the 23-year-old Latvian. Chance for a three-point play, and Coach Quintero, I don't imagine he could have imagined such a turnaround in this quarter. It is only moments ago, it feels, that the visitors DVTK had a 6-point lead. And now, as it stands, it is an 11-point swing in this game in the matter of minutes. Griglaskita will hand it back to Lalik. Probably the most impressive offensive player in this first quarter. Jovanovic for three. You could see she didn't have the confidence, and it's the final 10 seconds of the first half. Oh, that's a brave pass. The finish not there, though. Foul's going to be called, and that hurts. Mosa called for the foul, and DVTK will walk the full length of the floor and have a chance at free throws. Poor game management there from Zaragoza. They should have slowed it down. They should have looked to take the final shot of the quarter. They rushed it, and that potentially is going to cost them 2 points of their lead here. The first is good. And the second. Zaragoza's lead down to 3. Foul's going to be called. It's a smart foul, though, by Tenya. They're not in the penalty, so it just slows Zaragoza down. That is a smart foul by the 24-year-old. It'll be sideline ball for Zaragoza. 2.5 seconds for them to work with now. DVTK are now in the penalty, so they won't be able to foul again. Almost thrown away. And all they'll have is 0.8 seconds left now. So, in fact, 0.5 seconds is what they'll have. That will be, I imagine, the end of the first half here. And this one is going exactly as we expected. Highly
qué país es el equipo que nos visita hoy? ¿Francia, Finlandia, Hungría o Italia? Correcto, Hungría. ¿En qué jornada nos encontramos? ¿Octava, décima, novena o en la 11ª? En la 9, correcto. Encantadora, sí, ahí. Resultado del partido de ida. 66, 63, 70, 75, 66, 60 o 58, 60. 66, 63, venga. Continuamos. Además tenemos de regalo el libro del 20 aniversario que podréis recoger el ganador en la tienda de la puerta de quien lucha en estos momentos por ser MVP de la EuroLeague junto a Messerman y McBride, Mariano Ortiz, Leo Fibi, Vega Jimeno o Alexa Gulbo. Leo Fibi. Bueno, vamos ya. Tercera posición, Daniel Sprint. Segundo fabuloso, perezoso, ganador segundo, perezoso. Y el ganador o ganadora, Tropical Cheetah. Bueno, pues enhorabuena, habéis ganado el libro del 20 aniversario de Casademont Zaragoza, que podéis recoger hoy mismo en nuestra tienda ubicada en la puerta de el pabellón. Por el grupo Peter nos anima a preguntarnos qué futuro queremos para nuestros hijos e hijas. Y es que el grupo Peter ya ha ayudado a más de 6.000 estudiantes a cambiar para siempre la forma en la que estudian y sus notas. Así que estas navidades podrán probar el método Peter en su colegio de Navidad. La academia de referencia en Aragón.
We're at the halfway stage of game day 9 in the EuroLeague Women's regular season with Zaragoza going up against DVTK. This is really a top-of-the-table clash, second against third. And at the half, the home team, Zaragoza, hold a 3-point lead over the Hungarian team, DVTK. But what a back-and-forth game we've had. Both teams have led this one. Zaragoza having the majority of the lead in that first half, but DVTK having a strong second quarter and establishing a 6-point lead themselves. A high-level game as expected, a wonderful crowd as expected, as always here in Zaragoza. They know how to bring the atmosphere every single time. And remember, the winner of today's game is likely to close out this round of games second in the table, whilst the loser will stay in third and potentially could even slip to fourth, depending on other results around Europe. Those fives back on the floor. Just a reminder, if you want to follow the stats, the real-time box score as we go along in this one, make sure you download the official EuroLeague Women app, completely free of charge, wherever you get your apps from. Issues with the scorers table at the moment. We're just trying to correct before we can get things underway. The big thumbs up from the commish, so we are ready to go. Second half underway here in Zaragoza. The home team with a 3-point lead over DVTK. 20 minutes, I guarantee you plenty more swings and ups and downs in that 20 minutes. Down into the low post, Garbin trying to bully away to the basket. What's the call? Travelling violation called on Darcy Garbin, much to her amazement. Just bullying away to the basket. Yeah, it's that little step through of the feet. Great call by the officials. That one's a good spot. Fibic hands it away to Pivic. Inside to Charles. Steps through, defense stands strong. Griglaskita not strong enough as Diallo gets a big score. Diallo started the game well, went a little bit quiet as it progressed. Maybe she's ready to go again here in the third quarter. Charles now drives inside and gets a little mid-range too. Love the way Kyla Charles plays the game. It's understated. There's no flamboyance particularly. It is just get the job done. She's up to 12 points now. She's averaging just 11 a game. Too short of a season high here today. Ortiz feeds Diallo in the low post. She's going to go again. This time the right hand. This time it's off target. Rebound to Lalic. Pass inside, Griglaskita will have to kick it out. Ball movement, Aho open for three. That one's a brick as it slaps off the perspex. Foul's going to be called. Gulbey draws the foul off Garbin, I think. Coach Quintero will be relatively happy with that first half performance, maybe a little bit frustrated they didn't extend out that 6-point lead they had in the first quarter. Offensive foul called on Diallo, the moving screen. It's the right call by the officials. 2 minutes already gone in this third quarter. The game continues to be relatively low scoring. Aho. She'll drive straight down the lane. Spilled out of bounds, but it's off a Zaragoza player, so it will be DVTK ball on the baseline, and as always, the crowd have been so involved in this game. Ball inbounded to Aho, who's being hustled by Ortiz. That's a turnover. Zaragoza ball. Wonderful crowd once again here in Spain. Come out in big numbers, and they come out in big voice as well. Vidic hands it back to Pivic. Zaragoza certainly look the more confident and composed of the two teams here at the moment. Diallo inside, little running right-hander off the glass from Diallo. That one was smooth like butter. Lally inside, has to kick it back out as the doors were closed on her. She'll put the three up instead. That's off right. Rebound corralled by Ortiz. Her sixth rebound of the game, and Diallo is left holding her face as I think she's taken a shot to the eye. I think she's clear. It's just clearly accidental. Oh yeah, just a little elbow there from Grigoloskita. The warrior that is Cristela Diallo, ready to go again. Ulbay brings it up over the half and hands it back to Ortiz. Zaragoza looking to extend their lead. They lead by 5 as it stands. Skip pass is deflected by DVTK. Zaragoza will hold on to possession. Inside to Fibic. That was a tough looking play. And it's off Charles's hand. Coach Cantero looking on anxiously. He knows his team are at that kind of bridging point now. Can they push on? Can they open up a sizable lead? Or will they once again get packed back? Ortiz now against Aho. Double team drops on her. Manages to get the shot away. Gulbey chases it down, but it will be DVTK ball. A wry smile on the 23-year-old's face. Lalic hands it away to Grigoloskita. Screen set down for Charles to come up. Really only two major offensive threats for DVTK in this game so far. That is Charles and Lalic. Fibic kicks it out. Ball movement here from Zaragoza. Diallo, awkward looking right hand hook shot. Didn't quite get the extension she needed on that right arm just to get it over the front of the rim. Garvin bullying away inside. Fibic playing some great defense. Shot clock at 4. Foul's going to be called, I think, on Pivic. That's the right call. Just a step too late in the step across Michaela Pivic. She'll head to the bench as Oleshinska comes back into the action for Zaragoza. Hesitation from Lalic. Pass inside to Tadic is too complicated, too difficult, and really would have left Tadic with the possession way too far under the basket. He wouldn't have been able to do much with it if she had been able to hold on to it. A very low scoring first 5 minutes of this quarter. Zaragoza outscoring DVTK 4-2. Gulbey, not this time. Great move along the baseline, but the finish didn't match. Lalik glides inside, it's deflected. Holoshinska tries to hold on to it. FIBA gets a hand to it, and Holoshinska does her best, but the ball's already fallen out of bounds. Garbin will take a seat on the bench as veteran Jovanovic comes back in. Baseline drive, Aho, great little almost half Euro step to get around the defense, and that brings DVTK back to within 3. All tied up for the third quarter scoring. Zaragoza still holding on to that marginal lead they established in the first half. Ortiz looking to find FIBA. FIBA with a little bit of a mismatch against Aho. Goes to the right hand, good defense from Nina Aho. Charles now trying to set up Gulbey. He'll have to pass it away and almost throws it out of bounds. Aho for 3. That's short. Ortiz with her 8th rebound of the game. More rebounds than anything else. Mariano Ortiz. Looking to back down Aho. Has the ball batted away. That's why it's not a double dribble. Diallo on the roll. Are they going to beat the shot clock? They are. And patience eventually pays off for Zaragoza. Good defense once again by Alexa Gulbey. Double change here for Zaragoza as Pivot comes back in for Holoshinska. DVTK also making the change. Fibic has come out of the game. Elmosa has come back in. In fact, Holoshinska's still in the game. Diallo and Fibic that have gone out. Pivic and Hermosa have come back in. DVTK's change sees 2-man come in for Charles. As they're going to have to make a blood substitution for Lalik as her forearm is bleeding. They'll quickly get that taped up though. Into the game comes Tenya in her place. A quick running repair on Raka Lalik. Tadic with the rebound and foul called on Holoshinska. Third foul of the quarter for Zaragoza. 3 minutes just about still to play. As I say, an unbelievably low-scoring quarter, the lowest scoring quarter by a country mile in this game so far. Zaragoza will be happy, though. A 5-point lead in a low-scoring game is pretty much worth a double-digit lead in a higher-scoring game. Down into the low post now. Tadic trying to use the footwork to get to the basket, gets her own rebound, won't get the score. But Anna Tadic will go to the free throw line, and Zaragoza struggling to contain the 198 tall Tadic. Foul called on Ortiz. the second of two. A good free throw shooter, Tadic, 86% prior to today's game, but 1 from 2 at that trip. Foul's going to be called on Tenya. Third team foul of the quarter for DVTK. 2.5 minutes left in this quarter now, and you can almost feel the vibe from the crowd here in the arena. It's starting to get a little bit anxious, a little bit nervous, as Gulbe heads to the bench for Zaragoza. Into the game comes Jimeno. Picked up a technical in the first half. Jimeno for 3 in the corner, that's short. Gets her own rebound though. Zaragoza will go again. Holoshinska at the top, that's heavy. Rebound this time for Aho. Puts on the Jets, looks to go coast to coast, but Zaragoza closed that option off. Jovanovic against Pivic. Foul will be called on Pivic as she's forced to use her hands to keep Jovanovic out of the paint. Using her experience to its full there. Pivic will head out of the game on that foul. Fibic will come back in. Ortiz also takes a seat as Rakazana gets back into the action. Coach Volgi will take the opportunity to make a change as well. The second is good. Zaragoza's lead down to 3. Jovanovic, 3 points and 3 fouls. Averaging over 9 a game this season in EuroLeague Women's, Jovanovic. Fibic drives hard to the basket, but the left hand lets her down for once. Jimeno called for the foul as she tries to stay in front of Lali. Not a natural matchup really for Vega Jimeno. She'd rather be playing paint defense than chasing around the perimeter, and nod of the head to the officials. She knows she doesn't want to be in that situation too many times. But DVTK continue to have a few issues from the free throw line as Coach Volgi throws his hands up in a little bit of despair. Second no good either. 7 from 11 now from the free throw line for the visitors. Zaragoza's lead stays at 3. 13 against 13 as Fibic goes strong against Lali. Foul called. Fibic will go to the free throw line. That is an interesting battle between those two as Coach Quintero looks relatively relaxed, leaning back on the bench. Certainly a much more defensive focused third quarter. Both these teams clearly having big conversations about how they're going to set out defensively in the second half differently from the first, and it's paid off for both teams because they've slowed the scoring rate down considerably. Almost half, if not more, has been taken off the scoring pace in this third quarter compared to the second. Tadic back to the basket, drop step, pivot, has to come out. Tenya, banks it home. Not sure that was the intention, but I'm pretty sure Zotia Tenya will not care less. That's 3 points. Brings DVTK now to within 1. And Lalik's going to be called for another foul as she pushes Fibic. The crowd are calling for an unsportsmanlike foul. Fibic once again being a problem. Certainly an over-exaggeration from Fibic, but Lalik, you cannot put your palm of your hands into the back of a player. It'll be called time and time again, and Lalik will go to the bench on the back of that foul. Charles will come back into the game for the Hungarian team. 34 seconds left in this quarter. The first is good as Coach Quintero now in full thought, as is Coach Volgi. 2 from 2 from the free throw line for Fibic. Takes her personal tally up to 12. Charles waits for the Jovanovic screen. Tadic in the corner. Pena out, will drive inside. Oh, lovely pass to Jovanovic. And they'll get the roll. That is just beautiful team offense there from DVTK. Final 7 seconds. Drive inside, and one. What a time! Lacazana steps up, steps in, gets the score and a chance of a 3-point play. That is some bravery and confidence from the 23-year-old. A punch of the fist, and a chance to re-establish a 4-point lead. And she does. 4.1 seconds remaining in the quarter. Zaragoza maintaining the lead they brought into the quarter. Charles almost gets it to go. And this game perfectly poised, as we expected, a low-scoring defensive battle between two very, very tough teams to break down. And we are perfectly set for what should be a very hot final quarter. Zaragoza lead this one 45-41 over DVTK with just 10 minutes left on the game clock. Here are some of the game stats for you. Certainly interesting reading. Both teams doing a relatively good job across the categories. DVTK clearly struggling in certain areas, and that is why at the moment they trail by 4. Our official attendance over 4,400 people here in the arena. And the noise they've made, it sounds like 44,000 people. It's been a wonderful atmosphere in the arena for what has been a wonderful game so far. Zaragoza lead by 4. Just 10 minutes left to play. Game day 9. Fibic now looking to back away inside. Kicks it to Oleshinska. She steps in for the mid-range 2, but that's too short. Jovanovic just towers above her teammates to pull the rebound down. Her second board of the game. She'll put the 3 ball up. Oh, that is veteran leadership personified for Milica Jovanovic. Rebound at one end, 3 ball at the other. Her team are back to within just a single point now. Oleshinska passes it down into the low post. Lacazana trying to step through. The defense collapses on her. Shot clock at 2. Fibic will have to get one away. A running right-hander, no good. Long rebound, falls back to Lacazana. All put inside, but batted away. DVTK with a back-to-back big defensive plays, and that's how they've got to where they are this season. It's all been about the intensity of defense for this Hungarian team. Tadic running right hand off the glass, no good. Rebound Jimeno. Hand off to Fibic. Shot clock down to 10. Holoshinska, lane opens up. Offensive foul, or is it? It is. It's a drop of the shoulder from Holoshinska. Interesting to see where the positioning was. Very close to the restricted area. Looks like a foot was in the restricted area. Holoshinska will take a seat. Ortiz now called for the foul. 2 early fouls here in the quarter for Zaragoza. DVTK have struggled a little bit at the line though, so maybe not the worst position for Zaragoza to be in. Yeah, take your pick. Is it the right hand around the hip or swinging around to the front? Ortiz has come in for Holoshinska. Picks up that quick foul. Is it stolen? It is. It will be Zaragoza ball, and we said it going into this game, these two teams are defensive specialists, the first and second best defense in the entire competition, and they've certainly lived up to that billing here today. I have a feeling that 60 points would win this game. Ortiz drives down Main Street, but turns it over to Charles. Kenya, hesitation at the basket, swats it away by Fibic. Still 10 seconds on the shot clock for DVTK. In fact, was the block from Hermosa. Aho comes back in as Tenya goes to the bench. Charles now. 12 points for Charles, 4 from 12 from the field though, so it hasn't been an efficient 12 points, but certainly is their biggest scoring threat. Gets the shot away in time, but the defense just collapsed on her in that situation. Stolen away, Jovanovic. Foul called, no, kickball called in fact. No foul, just a foot violation. Zaragoza holding on to that solitary point lead as Coach Quintero watches on more and more anxiously as it progresses. Pivic hands it back out to Hermosa. Fibic now for 3, high arcing, it's short though. Aho. DVTK certainly look the brighter of the two teams in this final quarter. Zaragoza yet to score. DVTK with a single bucket from Jovanovic. Foul's going to be called on Fibic. That will send Jovanovic to the free throw line for 3 shots, and she is a 90% plus free throw shooter. Milica Jovanovic using all those years of experience to draw her team back into this game, and now a chance to take the lead. The first is good. The one caveat I would say is that this is pretty much how the third quarter started. DVTK locking down defensively and creeping their offense along. But Zaragoza found their form really halfway through that third quarter and were able to re-establish a lead. So I'm sure Coach Volgi and the DVTK players know that they can't afford to let it slip in another quarter. DVTK now take a 2-point lead, 3 from 3 from the free throw line for Jovanovic. Now tally up to 11. Ortiz. And that's just good defense, this time by Tuman. Charles now hands it back to Jovanovic. Aho inside. Griglaskita kicks it out. 3-ball. Not this time. Where's the rebound? Charles can only bat it out of bounds. Zaragoza will regain possession as Amosa comes down and Diallo comes in. Diallo has been the most effective big for Zaragoza today. 4 from 7 from the field for her 8 points. She'll now go to work against Griglaskita. Left arm, good, and that is why Diallo has been brought back into the game by Coach Cantero. She is a handful in the low post. Veteran big, look at that huge drop step, the power in those legs just to establish deep down in the paint. The score ties the game, the free throw to take the lead. Not a great free throw shooter though, but she connects when it matters most. Out to 11 points now, Diallo. She can play the remaining 6 minutes. That puts Zaragoza in a good place. Tuman kicks it to the corner. 3-ball. Jovanovic has woken up in this second half. In fact, she's woken up in this fourth quarter. 9 points for Jovanovic. Every single point that the Hungarian team have scored in this quarter has come out of the hands of Milica Jovanovic. That is what you want from your veteran leader. That is exactly what Coach Volgi is getting right now. Gulbe drops the shoulder, goes inside, running right hand, no good. Diallo will pick up the loose ball. Another chance for Zaragoza to build their offense. 3-ball, Ortiz off target. Aho scoops it up for DVTK. Just 5 minutes left in the game. The Hungarian team with a 2-point lead. Charles drives down the lane. It's stripped away by Ortiz. Foul's going to be called. The crowd want an unsportsmanlike. I'm pretty sure that's just a standard regulation foul. Truman reaching across. Needs to be a little bit careful, to be fair. Was there a play at the ball? Plenty of hand waving from the Zaragoza faithful. Fibic now looking to bully away to the basket. Charles standing strong. Officials call the foul. That's the replay. Malik back into the game. 4 minutes 41 to play. DVTK with that 2-point lead. Long inbound to Gulbe. Now into Diallo. Gulbe for 3. It's coming down with snow. Is it going to roll in? It's not. Charles with her 6th board of the game. Hands it off to Lalik. Aho now. Jovanovic around the double screen. Step back 3-ball. Oh, Milica Jovanovic. She's in a different dimension here in Zaragoza. 12 points here in the fourth quarter. She has come to play. She's come to win this game on her own. Defensive, she locks out Gulbe this time. What a game from Milica Jovanovic. Her previous season high, to give you some context, was 11 points against Lublin back in game day 4. She has scored 12 points in the first 6 minutes of this quarter. Coach Vulgi's going to give her a bit of a breather. I'm pretty sure she's not going to be on the bench more than 30 seconds, and then she'll be back on the floor. It's a brave move by Coach Vulgi. to give her that break once she's just hit the three. I would have run her until she got maybe a little bit colder. Lalic inside, Grigolaskita gets the score, and DVTK now take control of this game. They're up by 7. Zaragoza against the ropes. Coach Cantero is going to call a timeout as DVTK have outscored the home team 14-3 in this quarter. Does Coach Cantero have an answer?
Okay, vale. With options, we keep playing twist. No, better than twist, I prefer horns down, okay? Just to play the high pick and roll, vale? 4, screen 5 coming to screen the 1, okay? Perimeter player, vale? To play the high pick and roll, horns down, vale? Situations to play high pick and roll, okay? Venga, vamos.
Coach Cantero, the call to action for his team. It's now or never in this game. DVTK can smell blood in the water. They know that the kill is there for the taking. Can they close this game out? Can they seal what would be a huge road win and really cement their position here in second place in Group A? Ortiz now brings it up over the half. Pivic. Batted away by Lalic. And from DVTK's perspective, even just running the clock down, forcing Zaragoza to take late options in the shot clock is a defense well played. Pivic trying to drive against Charles, but that will be a shot clock violation. Zaragoza just not getting into their offense quick enough, and to be honest, it's a little bit telegraphed as they were just trying to get FIBA in the low post and try and use her strength to get their points. Bit of full court pressure now here from Zaragoza. Grigolaskita, no rush for DVTK to take anything. Charles at the top. Long three, Lalic. No good. Where's the rebound? It's scrambled away, and Pivic eventually finds it for the home team. Fibic for 3. Short this time. Where's the rebound? Now it's Aho. And I don't mind that from Fibic. Best to go early in the shot clock. She was open, it was distance. Aho just holds on to possession. I expect DVTK will bring Jovanovic back into the game very shortly. Running left hand, no good. Loose ball pulled down by Fibic. Foul call. DVTK now into the penalty. So free throws will play their part in the close of this game. DVTK making their moves, closing in on what would be win number 8 out of 9 games. Unbelievable, really, for a team that had to go through the qualifiers. Ortiz down in the low post. Lalic working well. Ortiz finding a way around, but the Lalic defense was just a thing of beauty. Coach Goulbay, Coach Goulbay, that's about right. Alexa Goulbay asking coach for the coach's challenge. The officials are talking over at the moment. There's the pivot back. Great defense though by Rekha Lalic. Yeah, looks like it came off the hands of Darcy Garbin. The officials after the conference, and you love that from officials. Absolutely love that they come together, they work together as an officiating team to get the right call. Zaragoza ball on the baseline, 9 seconds left on the shot clock. A little over 2 minutes on the game clock, and the home team trail by 7. They need to go quick, and they need to go with a high efficiency option. That's a good efficiency option. Diallo gets the score. They need full court pressure, really, though. The lead is still at 5 for DVTK. The Spanish crowd on their feet, the Spanish crowd in full voice. Malik fade away, left hand, it's short. Into the hands of Ortiz. She needs to bring it up the court faster than that. There can't be time for patience. Diallo pick and roll. They're going to feed her in the low post. She'll go to work against Grigolaskita. Drop step inside, skip pass. Fibic for 3, it's coming down, no points, rebound, Gulbey! And 1 for Alexa Gulbey! That is a big, big play by the Latvian. Is that the lifeline that Zaragoza were looking for? No boxing out. She capitalizes and pushes DVTK. Timeout called by Coach Vulgi. What a game we have here right now, a 3-point ball game. Zaragoza with 1 extra from the free throw line, but let's head straight into this Hungarian huddle.
Okay. Hey, induljunk el, hogy nincs labdánk. Everybody, backs out. Everybody. Okay. Let's go.
We expected this to be a close game. I said to you at the start of this quarter when DVTK had that strong start. This is how the third quarter went as well. Expect Zaragoza to forge some kind of comeback, some kind of resilient movement as the quarter progressed. And that's exactly what we've seen. Once again, in EuroLeague Women, we're going to see a game that is played at such a wonderful level for the full 40 minutes. A game that's just screaming out for overtime. Zaragoza trail by 3, but Alexa Gulbey will come back onto the floor with a chance to narrow that down to just a 2-point ball game. She's 1 from 1 from the free throw line so far this evening, 75% prior to today's game. In and out, no good. Charles with the rebound. DVTK's lead stays at 3. 1 minute, 15 seconds left. Lalik being guarded by Pivic. Pick and roll at the top. Aho back to Lalik. Doesn't take the 3. Drives inside. Oh my goodness, the defense has fallen asleep. Traveling violation call. It's a turnover. Reka Lalik cannot believe it. Traveling called. Let's have a look. Yes, absolutely. It's the right call by the official. It's the hop at the beginning that causes the problems. That's a very big, brave, and correct call by the official. Great job. 3-point ball game now. Zaragoza with possession. Pass to Diallo, but it's stolen away by Charles. Will she take it all the way, or will she slow it down to burn some clock? She'll slow it down. Now she goes to the basket. Foul called on Fibic, though. Charles will go to the line for 2 shots. 2 from 2 from the line so far this evening. Kyla Charles, just 68% this season, though. So not a guaranteed 2 from the line. Pressure on her shoulders, crowd on her shoulders. Kyla Charles, the first is good. Training at it as if she's almost back on the practice court in Maryland. Misses the second, though, but an encroachment. She'll get to go again. Ortiz stepping in too early. Oh my goodness me. That is a mistake from Mariana Ortiz, as Charles will take the second at the second opportunity. Timeout called. DVTK's lead out to 5. 35.8 seconds left on the game clock. Have DVTK managed to creep this one home, or can Zaragoza really cause an upset now in the final 35 seconds?
Wait the screen, okay? Wait the screen, vale? Because we play L, but I want to pass here inside. If we can pass inside, perfect. Vale? So from there we attack the one-on-one. If they grab inside, outside, but the idea is the one-on-one. If we cannot pass inside, vale? We keep playing L. Vale? We keep playing L. This is one. Okay? So we keep playing L. We pass here, for screen, we play the handoff, and then the ducking. Okay? Vale?
Wow, a huge 35.8 seconds left still in this game. This one is not done and dusted. Plenty of time left for Zaragoza to fight their way back into this one, but let's be clear, DVTK firmly in the driver's seat here. They've outscored Zaragoza 16-7 in this quarter. Much of that coming from the hands of Jovanovic. 12 points in the quarter for her. Diallo in the low post, fades away, gets the score. Zaragoza back to within 3. Under 30 seconds now. Aho brings it up over the half. 7-second differential. Oh, stolen away. Fibic feeds it out to Ortiz. She's out of the races and gets the score. Zaragoza within 1. Timeout has been called by Coach Volgi. Wow! A 4-point swing in 15.8 seconds. You love this game. You love EuroLeague women's basketball. Now it's DVTK, backs against the wall. There's the reach around steal from Ortiz. Outlet pass from Fibic, and Ortiz goes all the way for the easy score. Timeout called, let's head into the huddle. We thought we'd seen the last of Milica Jovanovic this evening. I think she thought she'd seen the last of the court this evening. She quickly strips off her track top. She's back into the 5 as Coach Volgi needs her experience on the floor. She is the one that really has pushed them on the verge of the win. But now it hangs by a thread. They lead by just a single point. 17 seconds left on the game clock. Will Zaragoza look to send them to the free throw line quickly? Will they look to foul quickly? Or will they look to try and get the steal? If they foul them quickly, it seems to be the best choice. That's probably why Jovanovic is back on the floor. She's a near automatic free throw shooter. She'll set the screen though. That comes up. There's the foul from Pivic. She needs to be careful. Hugging is not a smart choice when you're trying to commit a foul. You need to reach in, and the referees are saying that. You need to be careful. It's lucky the foul was called on that first one, because the second foul is near a definition of unsportsmanlike. No play at the ball. Pivic out of the game though. That's her 5th foul. I think the officials explaining the foul was called already before she hugged. Holoshinska comes back into the game. To the line will go Rekalalik. Pressure on her shoulders now. 3 from 5 from the free throw line today for Rekalalik. 81% prior to today. She misses the first. The crowd are jubilant with that miss. Slight issue at the scorer's table, the officials having to deal with. That just plies the pressure a little bit more on Lalik. Commissioner now becoming more involved in this one. Riviera helping the officials. Not sure what the problem is at the moment. I think we're going to come back for the second. We are. No changes. 15.4 seconds to go at the line. Reykjavik for a second free throw. Gets the second to go. DVTK have a 2-point lead. Timeout now called by Coach Cantero, as he'll look to progress the ball. And who knows what play he'll draw up right now. His team trail by 2. With 15.4 seconds to play, let's jump straight into this Spanish huddle.
Same, okay? Vale, same idea. Wait, if we have this pass perfect, if not, we work here with Leo. Vale, with Leo or with B. Vale? We keep going. Vale, we keep going. Again, we finish when the situation too low, but like normal L. Okay, normal L. But if we can pass from the beginning, we pass from the beginning. Vale? Vamos. Take it.
Advantage almost feels as if it's swung back to Zaragoza. It's crazy, they trail by 2. There's less than 16 seconds to play, but the momentum feels to have shifted towards the Spanish team. Can DVTK put in a huge defensive possession right now? Let's see how this one plays out. What a game it's been though. Again, EuroLeague women dealing us a world-class game. 2 fundamentally wonderful teams going toe-to-toe, and it's going all the way to the final buzzer. Fibic hands it to Holoshinska. To Diallo now. She hands it back to Ortiz. Shot clock down to 5. Ortiz is rejected but fouled. Foul called on Aho. Looked like a block. She thought she got the block. Ortiz will go to the line. This is pressure free throws now. Yeah, it's the right call. There's no way that Aho is straight up. Yep, the officials absolutely being clear. You're leaning forward. The first is good from Ortiz. That is ice in her veins. Just her second trip to the free throw line. Not had a great season from the free throw line. Oh, she hits both to tie the game. 5 seconds. Lalique brings it up. Running right-hander for the game. It's short. We're going to overtime here in Zaragoza. End of regulation. Zaragoza 58. DVTK 58. What a closeout by Mariana Ortiz. 2 from 2 from the free throw line under all of that pressure. We have another 5 minutes for you. Clear your schedules. Another big 5 minutes ahead of us here in Zaragoza. Both fives now making their way back to the floor, and I said to you before the game, this one feels like it's got overtime written in it. These two teams so evenly matched, such similar styles of basketball. Often you see that cancel one another out. And that's what we've seen here today. Two teams, two heavyweights, absolutely hitting chunks out of each other for 40 minutes. They cannot be separated after that pair of free throws from Ortiz to tie the game up with 5 seconds to play. We now have 5 more minutes to try and separate these two. Now it's Jovanovic. Had an unbelievable fourth quarter to get her team so close to the win, but Zaragoza refused to go away. Thrown away for the opening play. Poor pass by Lalique. On the trail, Ortiz kicks it out. Gulbe for 3. Oh, that is a huge shot to start overtime with. Alexa Gulbe, the Latvian. Cool, calm and collected, steps into the 3-ball. Charles, spin move, draws the foul and one. Tell me these two teams are not world class, my goodness. Big play after big play, superstar after superstar, putting it on the hardwood for us. Charles up to 16 points with that make. And once again, we are tied here in Zaragoza. Diallo hands it over to Lacazana. Ortiz uses a screen. Hands it inside to Lacazana. She goes off the glass. It's batted off and out of bounds by Ortiz. Good defense there by DVTK. The crowd have been wonderful here this evening. Nearly 4,500 fans fully in this game. They're certainly getting their money's worth with their ticket purchase this evening. Aho, mid-range 2's a little heavy rebound by Tadic though. Rebound number 11 for Tadic. Charles running right hand off the glass. Defense is there. Tadic is back. Foul called on Diallo. Tadic will head to the free throw line. Tadic yet to score a field goal in the game. Has 12 rebounds. That's number 12. That's a single point picked up from the free throw line earlier as we see Lacazana go to the bench and Holoshinska come back in. The first is good for Tadic. French international has certainly done the job for Coach Volgi today. This is the second though, just 2 points for Tadic, but as I said, 12 rebounds. That is what she's on the floor for, really to lock up the boards. 1 point lead for DVTK, 3.5 minutes left in overtime. Well, let me be clear, overtime 1. Diallo throws it away. Holoshinska feints to go high, but cuts baseline. Maybe a sign of fatigue. Pivic there on the bench, fouled out very late in the fourth quarter. Won't be seeing her again in today's game. Lalique wants the handoff with Tadic. Free throw line jumper is good, Reka Lalique. DVTK out to a 3-point lead now, under 3 to play. 13 points for Lalique in this game. He's played with foul trouble as well. Ortiz just glides down the paint, scoops it off the glass for 2. When will Jovanovic be an important ingredient in this quarter? It feels like she will. There's the pass inside, it's stolen away. Holoshinska ends up on the floor. Foul's going to be called, I think, on Aho, is it? It is. Holoshinska just holding on to that left hand. Batted away. Yeah, it's the right call. Holoshinska just quicker to react and closer to the ball. Into the game returns Lacazana as Diallo goes to the bench for Zaragoza. Obviously the fouls carry over from that final quarter, so they walk the full length of the floor, and Holoshinska will have a chance at free throws. The first is good. That ties the game up. The second, a chance to take the lead back for Zaragoza. And they do. Zaragoza, a single-point lead. Do DVTK have any more in the tank to battle again? It's not going to be for the want of the win. Aho back to Tadic. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Elbow jumper. Oh, Aho. Someone check her pulse. I reckon her resting heart rate will be sub 40. And right now she's probably at about 55, the way she shot that ball. Absolutely cool, calm and collected. That is a big play by the 26-year-old. Ortiz now skips it. Holoshinska for three. Oh, what a huge play. Look how hyped she is. Zaragoza out to a 2-point lead now. 8 points for Petra Holoshinska. She's hit some big shots, not big numbers today, but she stepped in big moments. 5 points in overtime for Holoshinska. Jovanovic for three. That one's heavy. Where's the rebound? It's Charles with the rebound. Comes out to Tadic. Aho for three. That's short and left. Hits the side of the backboard, so it'll be a turnover. Nina Aho, it just looked like it almost fell out of her hands as she released. 1 minute, 15 seconds to go. The coach is under pressure, but I know many a coach that loves this part of the game. They live for this adrenaline. They live for this pressure. A 2-point lead for the home team. Will it be Spain or Hungary celebrating at the end of overtime here, or will we be going into another overtime? Oh, rejected. Great defense that time. Almosa trying to get to the basket, but that was rejected beautifully. Charles now loses her footing and spills it out of bounds. Of all of the times for that to happen, Charles feels that she was tripped. Let's have a look at the replay. Tough to see from there. Did Ortiz step in and catch her? Charles still not happy with the officials. Ortiz now brings it up over the half. Stolen away, good quick handler. Lick will accelerate it down the floor. 30 seconds on the overtime clock. Zaragoza up by 2. Jovanovic to the basket, not this time. Rebound by Fibic. Foul has been called. Fibic will walk the full length of the floor for free throws. If she can hit both, she'll take it out to a 2-possession game. That is great defense by Gulbe. What a game Alexa Gulbe's had, putting in big plays. Plenty of action that doesn't get registered in the box score, but absolutely contributes to wins. Fibic at the line, pressure on her shoulders. Makes both, and that is a big step towards the win. Hits the first. Zaragoza up by 3. Will it be 4? Yes, it will. Ice cold from Leonie Fibic. Lelik, coast to coast, kicks it out. Aho for 3. No, not this time. Rebounds only thrown back into Jovanovic though. Charles will drive to the basket. She knows it's a two-possession game. 5.6 seconds left in overtime. DVTK are back within 2. Zaragoza ball on the baseline. Zaragoza will surely, they call the timeout and will look to advance it. That's the Charles layup to half the deficit. Zaragoza will advance the ball and surely then DVTK just have to foul and foul quickly.
Leo, Chris, vale, Marion, B, Lex, okay? We try to play the same, vale, but Leo, fake and go to the corner, vale? We look this pass, eh? Chris, after this screen, this fake screen, ducking inside, okay? Mariona, ocupas este espacio, vale? No trapos de corner, okay, Mariona? From here, vale? Go ball inside or attack, okay? If they deny you, I mean, I'll play the other side, okay?
Clearly, for Coach Cantero, it's about getting it into the right player's hands. For me, that's either got to be Fibic, Holoshinska, or Ortiz. Ortiz was the clutch free throw shooter that got them into overtime. Will they look to try and get it back into her hands again? Probably don't want it into Diallo's hands. Maybe not Gulbe either. Let's see who they try and get the ball to. Fibic is going to be first option. They get it to her. In fact, they're going to be able to run the clock out by the looks of this. They are. Ball goes up, and that's the game. Unbelievable. Zaragoza walk away with an overtime win on their home floor. They upset the table. However, because it's just a 2-point win, DVTK will stay in second place on the head-to-head. What a game, though. My goodness me, what a game we have had here in Zaragoza. It's been unbelievable. Final score, Zaragoza 70, DVTK 68. Lived up to the hype and some. Hope you've enjoyed the game as much as I have. A 2-point win for Zaragoza on their home floor. That moves them to a 7-2 record.